Welcome back. I'm Shawn Vicknair here at Lone Star Karate and Self-Defense, and I wanted to give you my opinion on a pretty hot topic in the martial arts community, combative sports, self-defense community going on right now, and that's the issue with kata. Many traditional arts have some sort of kata within its ranks, within its system. And why is it there? Is it useful? Is it necessary? What's the purpose of it? And I'm going to give you my opinion on that, and if I believe it's necessary, if I believe that it's beneficial to your students. So here you go. First off, kata is one of those things that I believe that it started. Again, opinion. I don't think you can prove this. And anyone says that they can, I kind of question that. Kata was for solo training practice in the traditional arts. If it was because they needed to do it in secrecy and all that, who knows? But the idea of it is it's solo training, okay? I do believe that some traditional arts have went way overboard with the kata aspect and have taken it to the point where it's not beneficial to the overall martial art. First off, let me say that I believe kata is one aspect of the martial art. It is not the entire martial art. There's a variety of things that are necessary to be a good martial art, and then what is a good martial art? What is it that you're trying to get from it? If you're training an art for the art's sake, kata can be, a huge benefit to you, and for conditioning, fitness, and that sort of thing. But from a self-defense situation, to say that you can do solo training only and be confident and capable and competent in your art is just not true. Now, I don't believe anybody says that kata only will get you there. Therefore, it's very similar to in the boxing world, shadow boxing, right? Heavy bag training. Any time that you do solo work, and I've put out videos in the past on how do you work on you when you don't have class, when you can't make it to class, when you don't have training partners, how do you work on that stuff? How do you work on your art? And it's very important to be able to do this. So kata is that aspect of it. So is it meant for self-defense? Yeah, I think it is. The problem with it is that there aren't too many people in this world today in traditional martial arts that understand what those moves mean in their katas. One that I refer to quite often is a man by the name of Ian Abernathy. He has some wonderful work out there. You should look him up if you're interested at all in that. So do we have aspects of self-defense in our kata? Yes, all right. Is that a big part of our self-defense? A little bit. It's foundational in our self-defense. But very quickly, after the foundational aspect, we move on to partner drills and more resistant training in our martial art and in our system here at Lone Star. So why then do we have kata in today's world? Why do I teach kata here at Lone Star Karate and Self-Defense? Well, here are the reasons. In a juniors class, in a kids class, I think it's imperative that we understand where these students are starting. Many of these students are starting at nothing, right? And so to have them walk in and start working with a partner right away may be overwhelming to them. So kata helps build confidence. It gives them a variety of movements that they can memorize, they can get used to, and it builds that self-esteem within them before they move on to a little bit more of the higher level resistance training, okay? So I do believe that some students need kata to help get them into the art, right? From a kid's perspective, I think it's huge from a self-esteem, self-confidence, building them up point of view, all right? Understand that not every student is gonna be athletic and skilled and understand their body very well to be able to work with other people. And so when you get them in a position where they're working with other students that are probably bigger, stronger, faster than they are, they're gonna quit pretty quick. So what we need to do is to build that self-esteem in order for them to want to take on that extra training, right? So that's one aspect of it. Secondly, I do believe that kata, from a solo aspect, can help conditioning, right? So my advanced students in my kids' karate class do kata as a warm-up, and they work that diligently, okay? So lastly, the main emphasis of what kata is for self-defense, right? However, I do believe that many times instructors throughout the world say, yeah, well, you know, a low block is to block that kick that's coming, or, you know, somebody's punching at your face and you throw a high block. Well, what is this hand doing? Why are you leaving this hand here? And why are you in a really long stance? What's the purpose of that? And they have no clue, because they really don't know. They're trying to reverse engineer self-defense into a kata, and it just doesn't make sense. You know, I've talked about this in previous videos, but simple, this hand, any right person in their right mind would never do this in a fight, right? Unless they're grabbing that person, you know, by their arm, by their head, by their jacket, and they're pulling them to them. We do arm drags in our system. So if you were to arm drag someone and you pull them to that arm across your body here, and you're on the outside of them, this is your pulling hand, right? And that's very, very important. And as long as your students understand how katas work from that point of view, from a fundamental understanding, then kata is fine. I don't believe it's being taught correctly in many dojos around the world. I don't believe many martial arts instructors understand the process and the benefits of kata truthfully, and it's unfortunate. I don't think anybody's going to be taking kata out of their system because they don't understand it. They're just going to make it up, and it's unfortunate. If you train kata, continue to train kata. It's fun. It can be. If you hate kata and you don't like training kata, but your instructor puts kata in every class, you might be able to look for something else to do. That may not be the martial art for you. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's just my 2 cents. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me and we can talk more about it. Thanks a lot. Shawn Vicknair here at Lone Star Karate and Self Defense. See you next time.